Hey, what's up everyone? As I told you in my previous video, this is going to be a Strange Things Happening in the World Around Us video dedicated to various events, not only in this world but outside of this world. So we have the Star of Bethlehem, or at least that's what they're calling it. It could be the Star of Bethlehem. It's a planetary alignment that I'm actually witnessing. I've actually witnessed it happen for the past several days. They've been coming together and I've been watching them. Jupiter and Saturn will be converging in a way, they'll be aligning in a way that they say could possibly be the Christmas star or the Star of Bethlehem. And we could be seeing this days before Christmas on December 21st, 2020. So that's quite interesting. Now, is this the situation that led the wise men to Jesus Christ? That's what they're researching into. So it's the Christmas star, and it's quite something. Now, as I said, no shortage of extreme and various events happening in the world around us. Once again, ramping up, and I have my theories as to what I feel is causing this, but I won't share all that for this video. This is an image from Japan, as a super snowstorm, the likes of which that has not been seen in many, many years, blanketing Japan right now, forcing thousands of drivers to sleep in their vehicles. So, like I said, I have my theories as to why these extreme anomalies are ramping up again, but I'll share that later. And Antarctica is shaking like crazy. Why is it shaking? Researchers say they're not sure. Over 50,000 earthquakes have happened in the past 3 months. There's still a lot we have to learn, because it's still baffling scientists. Once again, like we haven't heard in many years, loud humming noises coming from England and Australia. Sydney, Australia, hearing loud trumpet sounds. Mystery booms taking place in the United States and England. What's up with the strange sounds? What's going on in the sky? And magma intrusion has been confirmed beneath the Long Valley caldera. And I want you to check this out. United States embassies have been hit with high-power microwave weapons in Cuba, China, and Russia. Microwave sonic beam radiation war. Mysterious Seneca guns taking place in this area. They're called the Seneca Sounds. Mystery lights and booms in North Carolina. And a current seismic swarm in the Yellowstone caldera has reactivated ancient faults formed after the last supervolcano eruption. So, Yellowstone on the rise again in the 2020 swarm. And apparently microplastics have been found in the placenta of healthy mothers. So plastic has been found in healthy mothers' babies. Now, as if this year wasn't bad enough, just as I told you months ago, a nightmarish situation could be on the way with Brood X, expected to unleash billions of cicadas in the United States in 2021. Could be the spring plague, hopefully not, but we'll find out. Billions of cicadas possibly on the way to the United States 2021. And the biggest ice and snowstorms have hit the United States in many, many years, blanketing snow and ice across the east coast of the United States, with several feet of snow reported in many areas. This is not recent news, but from 1883. Still very, very interesting. The Krakatoa volcano that erupted in 1883 caused shock waves 10,000 times more powerful than a hydrogen bomb and shattered eardrums of sailors 40 miles away. That's the story of the loudest sound on Earth ever recorded. We didn't get to see these due to heavy rain, but the eclipse and the Geminids were awesome, they stated. you can look at the amazing pictures and videos on this Twitter page. I'll show you some of mine from the eclipse years ago as well sometime. But these are some images right here of the Geminids and the eclipse on the same day. They said if you felt energy, you weren't alone. They said the planetary alignment, the Gemini meteor shower, and the moon, the eclipses taking place, all generated a lot of cosmic energy days ago and still are, as the celestial heavens are giving quite the show and the cosmic energy just keeps raining in. Now, after all the money they make on electronics and all of the money that their government has, claiming China has no food and no money to feed its citizens sounds kind of absurd to me. According to researchers, you hear a death rattle sound just before you die. And they actually put out a warning, don't be alarmed if people start dying after taking this vaccine. They said it's just due to the shot. Really? Really. I don't want to say much because I don't want to be flagged or banned, but this is actually, you can find it on the Strange Sounds Twitter page. It's not me saying this, it's them and several other sources. I've seen clouds like this before, but according to their particular prophecies, these eerie red clouds over the country of Turkey are signs of the apocalypse to come. According to their people, they state that these clouds, which do look like a face there, but they say these clouds are signs of the coming apocalypse or apocalyptic times to come. What do you think? Regardless, very fascinating. And very interesting here, especially relating to ME department. Unusual deep space signals have been detected in Antarctica, and they defy explanation. It's possible that they could be new evidence of a parallel universe. Under the hashtag Space, Mystery, Antarctica, and Physics. Very fascinating news from Antarctica. Now, when Jupiter and Saturn do converge, they'll be just 1/10 of a degree apart. That's so close that you'll perceive them as a single star or a single celestial object or planet in the sky. Now, is Texas happening? The Republic of Texas could be happening, where it secedes from the United States and becomes its own nation. Will it become independent again? We'll have to watch and see what happens. Many states, understandably so, are not agreeing with the results of what we're seeing take place right now. And it was the biggest, obviously the biggest, well, I'll talk about that in another video. I don't get political in this video. Just want to show you what's happening in the world around us. Water is so important right now that Wall Street has begun trading water as a commodity, just like gold or oil. According to this individual listed here, water, the next world war will be over water. That's how important it is and how much we're losing it, or at least the current trends show. And if you had disruptions like we did on December 9th, the reason could be this gigantic solar flare. So a CME triggered geomagnetic storm warnings on that date. And on the 8th, we had a double bomb cyclone. 2 bombogenesis bomb cyclones, one in Alaska and one near New England. And those 2 storms happened at the same time. The first bombogenesis in many years. It buried the Alps in lots of snow. Explosive cyclogenesis took place in the Alps. I don't know what this new mysterious illness is. They responded to me on the Strange Sounds Twitter page. Actually liked my statement. I was stating that it's sad what's happening in the world around us, and may the Lord help us soon. New mysterious illness has killed 1 person and prompted mass hospitalizations in India. So we'll keep an eye on this. This was posted December 8th. And the 3 sun phenomenon taken a picture of in India. Sorry, the illness was in India. This is in Mongolia. This was an urgent message from Robert F. Kennedy. One woman also she blacked out. A nurse blacked out after she took this vax, and she said that it's common. She does that all the time. Who knows? But you can read yourself what Robert F. Kennedy says here. I'm not going to read it out loud because I don't want to be flagged, and I don't want to, well, I don't want to be given a strike. And more mysterious ground shakings and mysterious booms out of Escambia, Florida, or Escambia, Florida, as the mysterious sounds continue. Many of these things taking place like we haven't seen since, well, the previous administration. Go figure, right? All these things being, well, you know what I'm trying to say. A lot going on. It's partially the signs of the times, partially modification and geoengineering. Beautiful, beautiful Star of Bethlehem could be seen December 21st. Let's hope we can all see it, weather permitting. And as I mentioned before, geoengineering and weather modification. China is weaponizing the weather and expands its weather modification efforts. And this, on December 6th, is an image of a brutal hailstorm in Beirut, Lebanon. It buried streets, cars, and homes in feet of ice. That's hail. For several hours. And as I mentioned before, a supervolcano caldera has been discovered in Alaska. And the sand in Hoshizuna Beach in Japan, located in the area of Okinawa, is actually made up of tiny microscopic stars. This was the image of the Bond fire, shown from the Los Angeles Times. This is a vicious blizzard out of Norilsk, Russia. Buried homes, right, as you can see right there. Homes and businesses, places buried in a snowstorm like they haven't seen in many, many years. And these are some images from the December 3rd earthquake in Turkey. The 5.3 earthquake took place, damaging several structures in the area. The earthquake damaged homes. And a loud bang and house shaking in New York, flashes of lights in Toronto, huge meteor fireballs are exploding in broad daylight across this world. This one shown here. We had a record-breaking 30 named storms during this hurricane season. You can see all of the named hurricanes listed right here. From Arthur all the way to Iota. And these strange Antarctic weather phenomenons are baffling scientists. What really doesn't seem to baffle them anymore, to be honest. And on December 2nd, these strange blue sea dragons washed up on shore in South Cape Town, Africa. And get this, the British Columbia glaciers are 38% thicker than previously thought. Once again, baffling the so-called experts and the scientists and people who said that they were shrinking everywhere. Apparently, these have grown 38%. They're 38% larger than they previously thought. Or as they stated, that climate change in some areas causes them to grow in some and shrink in others. Seems to me like a lot more research needs to be done before coming to a definite, solidified conclusion. And back on December 2nd, we had several volcanoes waking up. There were over 5 super volcanoes. There were over five major explosions within the last 3 days on that date. Now, this was about 18 days ago, I'd say, that we had 5 volcanoes erupting at the same, 5 major eruptions. And 40 volcanoes were erupting on that date, which was pretty record-breaking. So, we'll keep an eye on all of these volcanic eruptions. Now, more than 200 earthquakes actually followed that 5.1 near Nevada, but it wasn't really talked about back on December 2nd. You didn't really hear much about it. Just before then, hundreds of dead birds killed themselves by flying into an apartment. Now, they tried to say that this doesn't have anything to do with earthquakes, but Interesting how these oarfish were washed up on shore just before several major earthquakes in Taiwan once again. And then back on December 1st, 3 strong earthquakes took place in Alaska of a 6.3, Argentina a 6.3, and Russia a 6.4, right after a major solar flare they say that could have possibly triggered those eruptions. Now, Turkey's grain storage is completely gone. Fell into a sinkhole. Crazy things. And that has wrapped up your various strange events that have happened so far in December 2020 in the world around us, as the mysterious booms, trumpet sounds, and other frequencies and phenomenon continue to take place around this world. So, inside and outside this world, strangeness continues, and it's really ramping up again this past month. Peace, signing out. Links are below to show support. Like, subscribe, share. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I love you all, and I'll speak with all of you again as soon as possible. Stay safe as possible and stay aware, everyone.